Hey folks, Captain James Nelson here with Dood Craft Guitars. Thanks again for tuning in. We're getting back to day at the Dood Ranch. Have you guys been seeing all those guitar demos lately? I hope you like them. But yeah, I mean, coming back and forth, boy, they're just pounding out. It looks like we're just knocking out a guitar a day, but boy, I wish that was the case. I mean, look at this. This is just some of the stuff that I've got still going on. And yeah, so we've got, what's this one? A 20.5-inch scale neck. This one's going to be a multi-scale. This is really cool. I'll show you the body's work on there. So this one, more baritone action. Yeah, that's a twist on a classic. Joseph Rogers got you going on here, man. So we got you a little alder body there for you. That's the B6.2. And what? Oh yeah, this is going to be the Bajo Sexto. So it's basically much like we've been doing 12-string guitars and 12-string baritones. This is actually a 12-string bass, but we're going to do a lot of fun with this one because it's going to be multi-scale. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. So hang on for that one. And see, that's the B standard B body on this one. This is the 0.2 or 6.2 in most cases. This one's for Joseph Richardson. This one's going to be an 8-string one. So again, alder body on that one. As you can see, I got a lot of carving left to do on this one. I just got basically the rough route going off the template, and then we're going to cut the rest and shape it up. And then this one, I believe, is getting hot pink. Is that right, Joseph? Is that right? Hot pink? Hot pink 8-string? That's going to be pretty slick. Check out that neck, though. Look at the mahogany on that. It's just gorgeous. And let's see what we got here. Then, of course, the reason why you probably tuned in, at least I hope so, you've been following along this build. I hope you're following along because to me, this is going to be a real proud moment. I've got a lot of work left to do, and then as far as, you know, actually carving and grinding, most of the body is done in that aspect. I still need to take care of this guy here. We're going to do the magnets on that, because we're going to have a battery pack in there, and I'd hate to have Vernon have to unscrew the thing every time. So we're going to put it in with magnets for you, Vernon, make it easy for you to get it off when you do need to change the battery. So we've got the little neodymium, however you pronounce that. What is that word? Neodymium. Yeah. At least I don't say aluminium. Like. Anyway, yeah, I do still have a little bit of carving to do on the neck. It's got a real D thing going. I want to kind of get it more C than that. So we'll get that going. And then the frets. So I've got the frets leveled, double, triple check with the rocker, so that's all good. But what I want to do is get them not so flat. So I'm just going to peek them out a little bit, work on the edges and get them a little smoother. And yeah, then it's all woodworking. So stick around, should be fun. I'll do a lot of that stuff in hyperspeed. Some of it I'll explain as I go, and some of it just for your viewing pleasure and good excuse for me to throw some of my crappy music in. So I hope you like this stuff. I do. I mean, to me, I love watching trees turned into planks of wood and then turned into something else, like an instrument that you could play. All right, so first thing first, let's get some marker on these frets. Now we're going to make that marker line really skinny and doing twofold here. I'm also rounding off the little ends, trying to make them comfy. You'll see on a lot of production type guitars, they just kind of put a flat bevel on them. And that's okay, but we want to use all over the fretboard. And so bevels are out, little round, pretty ball ends are in, and that's what we're doing. So here I'm just rounding off where I had made the tops kind of pointy. So rounding off and kind of sanding the fretboard all at the same time. So getting it all nice and pretty and smooth, and also getting the end. So if you noticed, I did that. Now let's attack that neck. Something about it just seemed a little a little, not just chunky, but kind of clunky. Just kind of just felt, like I said, more of a D shape than a C shape. And I like working off the C and then modifying it a little bit. So here we're kind of just playing around that volute, getting it so it's not too big of a hassle either. I notice if you hold the open string there, you got to deal with it. And sanding, filing, grinding, doing what it takes. I don't know. Need narration on that? Yeah, this is the stuff. And of course, you guys are getting it in high speed and abbreviated. I'm not showing you every second of every minute of every bit of sandpaper that I'm using. Lucky you. Now here's my favorite trick that I like to do for sanding necks is I use my hand. I mean, this is how you would hold a guitar if you play it. Now, I don't know if you saw that, but I just took the backing off the paper. This has got sticky. Right? Okay, so we've been doing a lot of sanding, as you could tell. And it's getting late. And here I am after dinner time, realizing I forgot one very important step. I went through all that trouble to make the face of the fretboard obvious to mark the frets, and didn't do the side dots. So it's a good thing I noticed now. Now, normally on a detached neck or a neck that I would either glue or bolt on later, I would want to make sure that I do this before it gets attached to the guitar. This one was already attached to the guitar, so that's probably what happened. What my mindset, I didn't pick up on it, is that even though I would normally make sure I do that before I attach the guitar, this one already being there, I snubbed it. So I'm going to do that now. And to do that is going to be lots of fun. Mostly, as you can see here, you've got these all fine, dandy. Obviously, I'm going to have to, I'll make a little bracket to hold it down. But once I get up here, you guys know from previous videos, what I do is I mark it. I'm going to sketch it out real quickly, make sure I know exactly where I'm marking these. I'll start that one, so everything else will follow that line. And then I'll get a drill bit, my drill gun, and drill a little hole, just the size for the little plastic inserts to go in there. But up here, now I obviously have to be careful because, I can't get my drill bit in here without rubbing the chuck up against that. So I'm going to have to get creative on these guys. I'll figure something out here. Yeah. But other than that, should be fun. So, yeah, we'll just get back into high-speed mode because I've got a lot yet to do, and I don't want to bore you guys with a 45-minute long video. But let's get that going. And there I was. I just saw the flash of that ruler, so I just marked out a nice straight line. It helps. You still have to just really visualize what center's going to look like once you start drilling. And here's my little fix. Notice how I'm holding the gun. Sorry for the top of my headshots there, but I just was able to actually drill a little bit at an angle, pulled the gun away from the body and came from the neck side in, and was able to do that. So a little super glue on the tape, and then I actually take the inserts themselves and just dab a little super glue and then poke them to their holes, which gets really hard to do with you've got big fat old man fingers and you get little bitty pieces of the plastic insert left, and tweezers are your friends. So there we have it. Yeah, just poking at it. I probably could have come up with a different camera angle, a better camera angle for you guys, so do apologize, but nonetheless, hit it with the accelerator. You notice I sprayed the dab that's on the tape with the accelerator as well. Too many times I've put my hand and or guitar into that little glob, and that's not fun. And then come back and scrape and file and get them down flush with the neck. Real easy stuff. Well, that came out pretty good. Look at that. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's about all we're going to get done today. I did get a little bit of dribble right there with the glue, but that's no problem. Wasn't enough to soak in, and boom, a little bit of sanding and it's done. Yeah, that's going to cut it for today, and we'll get back at it with coloring. I think that's pretty much all that's left. I mean, we're going to go natural, so really what I'm doing is just pretty much going to be sealing the wood, and yeah, that's looking good. Oh, and I still do have to do the magnets. That's the only other power tool thing. That's it though. I'm tired. Done. It's been a really fun weekend. Lots of work. So please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll know when the next video is. Also, hopefully you like this video, and if so, share it with friends, tell other people. We're still building this thing here, you know, not just this, but the whole Dude Craft Guitars thing, and let's do that. Please, please, please help. Let us build. I just want to address something real quickly, and probably seems like a weird place to do it at the end of the video, but I'm going to address it. Some of you may have noticed, it was brought to my attention, I've been releasing some guitars that have been getting done, doing the, you know, the demo videos and all that, and somebody noticed that the serial numbers, they're not quite sequential. And that's because, as you can see with some guitars, there's certain things that take longer than with other guitars. And when I can do things together, I will. You know, when I can get neck blocks built, carved necks, you know, spend a whole day just doing that, I'll do them. What ends up happening is I'll have a neck ready for a guitar, and I'll do the same thing with body. I'll spend a day on bodies. Then I'll have a body that's ready and a neck that's ready. It's like, well, the pickups are here, all the hardware's here, let's load it up and call it a guitar. And that's what happens. And so sometimes that means that one may be still hanging and having the finished cure, while another one's ready to go, ready to be loaded. So rather than making folks wait, everybody is late right now. All my guitars are late, and I apologize for that. But you know, why make another guy wait another 3 weeks? His guitar order's already late. Why make him wait another 3 weeks? Because the one that's next in line isn't ready, and that's just not right. So as soon as they're ready, they're going out, and if they're not ready, I'm holding them back, making them ready. That's just how it goes. You know, when I can play them and hold them in my hand and be proud of the work that's done, it's ready to go. If it's not, then I'm going to hold it back. And sometimes it is just a matter of finish curing, and then we're not going to load stuff on it, you know, a soggy guitar. But sometimes it is, I put it together and I can't get the intonation right, or the neck still needs a little bit of adjustment, those types of things. It's not going out until all that's done. So anyway, I just thought I'd address that. You know, not to give you guys a big, boring, long soliloquy of what my life is like in the guitar shop, but that's really it. So thanks again for tuning in. You know, without your support, this doesn't happen, so I really appreciate that. And as you guys know, we're still low on subscribers, so we could always use more. Then we could start doing all those other marketplace things that guys do to make YouTube work. So I appreciate the support that we are getting. It's all grassroots, and that means a lot to me. Oops, as he slaps the microphone. As you can tell, the production value is just real high quality here too. All right, anyway, I'm tired. I'm it. Good night.